Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. I hope you are well. If you have been guided to this reading, this video, I hope that there's something here that I'll be able to tap into to be able to offer you guidance and insight regarding your situation, your connection. So I'm focusing on the question, does your person still think of you? This is for love connections. Definitely in separation, more than likely in no contact or very little interaction. So these are the 3 decks that I'll be using for this particular one. 3 of my self-created decks, the Silhouettes deck, Scenarios, which is very similar to a tarot deck. It's got upright and reverse interpretations. So we'll see what comes through, and then I'll clarify everything with my Illuminated Star Tarot. General advice as always, so please always keep that in mind throughout the reading and take whatever makes sense for you personally and release the rest. All right, guys, let's get into some insight here for you. Hello, Capricorn. All right, guys, here we go. What do you need to know? I'll be taking a look at the current energy between you and your person here. See what it is that you need to know at this time. Does your person still think of you? What's the current vibe, current energy for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Look at this, guys. Rendezvous. I mean, right off the bat, it's already telling us that absolutely they're still thinking about you because they want to be able to reconnect with you. They want this rendezvous. I need to see you. Let's meet up sometime. Are you open to that? All right, so you might eventually hear from this person wanting to reconnect. Steamy mood. No one arouses me, entices me, touches me the way you do. Our sexual chemistry is on fire. Now, I gotta say, be mindful, because for some of you guys, this person might just want to reconnect. For lack of a better word, it might just be a booty call, so just be mindful of that, okay? This is the next card, guys. We have Bride. And if we're reading this for face value, Divine Feminine, you might actually be married. You might be engaged to be married. You might certainly have been in a committed partnership maybe for a while. And for some of you guys, I can't help but feel that there's some complications here that might have something to do with infidelity or trust issues in the relationship. Lines that were crossed, okay, that will not apply to everybody. But I'm also getting, for some of you, you feel so drawn to this person, but there are some challenges that might have created distance and time apart, which is why they're really wanting to talk to you, to be able to see you in the 3D, to be able to iron out whatever difficulties and challenges you might be going through. Okay, so let me set these guys aside and let's take a look and see what else we can find out when it comes to their hidden thoughts about you and the connection. All right, let's grab some cards for that. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Capricorn. So their hidden thoughts, what does that look like? I'm telling you guys, all right, look at this. We have knotted, faithful, monogamous, committed, partner, wedded bliss. Okay, there's no mistaking these 2 cards. Somebody's married here. We might have a complicated situation of 2 people who are very attracted to one another, but lines were crossed. You know, I can't help but feel that for some, this could be a third party. And somebody ended up crossing that boundary, that line. You know, someone was faithful until they weren't. All right, let's see. For Capricorn, their hidden thoughts. I feel if this obviously already happened, Capricorn, between the 2 of you, somebody's hiding the fact or trying to just forget about the fact that there was some drama having to do with complicated situations like third parties. Let's see. So what was hidden could have been a secret affair. All right, we have the Teacher, mature, sophisticated, experienced lover. Whenever I see that, it reminds me of a couple where there's an age variance or a big age gap. You know, one's older than the other. And so the Teacher is representing the older counterpart here. All right, let's see. What else for Capricorn? And what this person might be hiding or not really wanting to share with you, or anybody for that matter, is that they needed to learn particular lessons here. You know, they needed to grow up. They needed to mature, to gain some experience here so that they can look back and acknowledge their mistakes and learn from it. So you might have actually taught them something here. We also have promises, dependable, trustworthy, proposal. So they're thinking about the promises that you guys had made at one point in time, and perhaps realizing that they might have broken those promises. Marriage, engagements, proposals. And then we have quiet. Secrets and lies, exactly. Hidden messages, extramarital affair. I did pick up off of that energy, guys, so it is coming through here. And, you know, that's not going to apply to everybody, but if it is your situation, this person would really prefer to not even address it or talk about it. They would just prefer to sweep it under the rug. It's a part of their experience. It's a part of your experience, and they would really prefer to not, you know, talk about it anymore. That's just the vibe that I'm picking up from this person. And for some of you guys, maybe you feel like it's better off left unsaid at this point. It happened. It created disruption in your lives, and maybe you're both in agreement that you'd prefer to just not even address this, not even talk about it. But yeah, they are thinking about you, and perhaps this is coming through as a fantasy of theirs. If they could just meet up with you. Some of their fantasies, I gotta say, could be very sensual in nature, if you know what I mean. Yeah, look at how this is presenting itself, guys. We've got the Ten of Swords in this particular image. You know, we have this person holding what appears to be a wedding band, and it's a relationship that fell apart. It collapsed. It failed, you know? So there was a situation here that caused that to happen. Could have been the masculine that either stepped out on the relationship or they had commitment issues, you know, but I do feel if they're coming through as the Emperor, they have grown up, they have matured. You know, life taught them a lesson when it came to this particular situation. So that's what I'm getting there. We have the Strength card. For some of you, your person could be Leo. We also have the Nine of Pentacles. What I'm getting for this reading is we might have a masculine here who needed to spend time on their own, maybe be single for a good minute, especially if either a marriage or certainly a committed partnership broke up because of infidelity and trust issues. So they needed to experience life without you, Divine Feminine, you know? And maybe they truly are wanting to reach out, but they don't want anyone to know that that's what they're thinking. You know, they're still trying to build up the courage to be able to do what is right by you. As of right now, we do see the Two of Swords representing this stagnant energy in this scenario. And it's just not moving because of how things played out before. It was very difficult, you know. This makes sense for me as well that we've got the Two of Pentacles coming through. They just didn't have their priorities straight, you know. And Divine Feminine, if you relate to this, you might have been in a relationship with a masculine where you know for a fact that they didn't make you a priority in their life, especially if other people were in the picture. And it makes sense for me as well that we've got the Justice card here, especially for those of you who are married, might have gotten divorced, might have, you know, legally separated because of infidelity, third parties, things of that nature, you know. So very difficult experience, unfortunately. We are focusing on whether or not they're thinking about you. They are. Six of Cups represents the memories between the two of you. You do cross their mind, and at the end of the day, they acknowledge that they made a big, huge mistake, and if they could, they would want that reconciliation. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get it, but they want that. And this is confirmation of the Tower moment that created the separation to begin with, that disruption, you know, this sudden upheaval that might have been revealed. I can't help but feel that it could have been an affair. You know, trust issues for sure, secrets and lies that just were revealed eventually. You know, they tried to keep it quiet. We see that here. They tried to keep it quiet for as long as they could, but eventually it blew up in their face, and they needed to experience life as a single person, you know, and I feel that's one of their biggest regrets, because they had something amazing and beautiful with you, but they blew it, plain and simple. So this is life. This is karma really teaching them a huge lesson, because at the end of the day, guys, you represent the one that got away. All right. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. And if you are interested in any of the decks, I'll link that down below as well. Thanks so much, guys. I'll catch you next time. Take care.